Hey Campfire friends, today I am on top of the world. Well, not exactly. I'm actually on top of my trailer here. And the reason for that is I want to turn around and show you what I got set up on this trailer for off-grid power and solar power. So stay tuned. Hey Campfire friends, so here we go. I have up here two 100 watt eco-worthy bifacial solar panels. Now bifacial means that they can not only collect power from the face here, but if there's any sunlight that comes and is reflected under here, it'll also capture it from the back, supposedly giving 15% more. And so I've got two here. I then ran my cabling down the side here underneath my AC unit down to here, and I have two more here, so that's 400. But then I see that cable running down there. Well, hold on a second. Well, while I'm up here, I thought you might like to look around. Isn't this gorgeous? Look at these mountains here. I'm just gonna come on in. Just gorgeous. Here we go. Just absolutely wonderful. I'm up here in the San Luis Valley and the mountains here. There's lots of, it's a couple of different national forests and BLM land intersects right here. But the main part of it's San Luis. So as you can see, just gorgeous area here. BLM National Forest, 14 days. Absolutely just outside of Poncha Springs. Have a look at that mountain here with the clouds and everything on it. Isn't that gorgeous? I don't know. Hope that's not snow up there. It might be. It was raining last night, so yeah, look at that. So there you go. I thought you might like that. Let's go and look at this next set of solar panels. Okay, so from the top up here, I come down the back and I have another two 100 watt solar panels right here on the back. And then it goes down underneath, and I ran the cabling across the frame, all the way from the framing, all the way over to roughly this point right here, where there was already an opening up into the inside. So let's go inside and I'll show you what I got set up. Okay, so right here, as you see, I got a bench, and we're going to take all of this off of here right now, because this is where my control center is right here. This was originally where the original battery was. There was a single lead acid deep cell battery down here, and this is what we've got now inside of here. Okay, so let me show you what we've got. Okay, so I removed all of that styrofoam packing here. I have it in there for insulation and also to help stop things from moving around. So what we have right here is we have a couple of things shoved underneath here. Okay, so this right here is a 200 amp hour lithium battery. This one here is the one that was built by, I believe, Built Tough. And then this one here is another 200 amp hour lithium battery, and I don't remember the brand of that, just some off brand. Right here is, I have a Vcross pure sine wave inverter. I have 3,500 watt continuous power. That's pretty much enough to power. That's pretty much to power everything in here. I can power my TV. I can actually put the refrigerator on electric, fan, everything can come off of that. I really like that unit. It has a separate little controller up here. Right now it says my batteries have got 13.3 in them. Everything's good. The reason I like this is because at night I don't bother to have the 120 on, and I can just switch it off like that. I don't have to pull this apart to get to a switch. I can just do it right there, and I can turn it back on in the morning. So there she goes, so like that. So over here, as you might be able to see, I don't know if you can see that very well. Let me zoom in. There is my Rhenology controller. So I've got the 600 watts coming down into there, and that's set for lithium. I had to go ahead and program that. I have right here, the one reason I got this Vcross 3500 is normally right here I got 110 outlets right there. I'm going to move the camera down here a minute. You might be able to see better. Okay, so you can probably see it a little bit better there. So as you can see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 AC outputs there. Each one of those AC outputs is only a 15 amp. That's it. Now if you notice, this wiring goes down in front of 2 of them. So you can't plug in. That's because when this is hardwired directly, it eliminates these 2, but it gives you, they say it's 25 amps. So I've actually got 25 amps of power going directly over into my into the system. So that means now I've got 125 volts at 25 amps. That's why I chose this particular unit, because I could hardwire it and increase my ampage. Now let me show you where this goes. So this is where it goes. The wiring from this goes all the way around there, goes across there, back over to here, and this is an access panel for you to get to your water pump. But also what I did is, can you see that right there? That is a transfer switch. I mounted a transfer switch in here. Here is the power coming in from the outside, 30 amp. I cut that. I put this on the generator side of the transfer switch. These are the wires then that come in from the solar panel. So, okay, so what I've got going on is the transfer switch. Normally, if you have one set up in your motorhome, as soon as you turn on the generator, that will kick out the shore power, the electricity that you're plugged into, and run your motorhome on the generator. So what I did is I took the generator side of the transfer switch, and then I cut the wire and I plugged that in. So when I'm plugged in to electricity at a campground, it will switch that transfer switch, and the whole thing will be running on electricity from shore power electricity plugged in at a campsite. But when I'm off grid, what happens then is that transfer switch will automatically click and switch over, so the whole thing is on solar. So all of the time I'm on solar, unless I plug into a generator, shore power, something else. That way I didn't have to worry about any type of turning things off and on, or unplugging things or whatever. It just automatically does. Now the one thing I did have to do is that my control system, where the 120 volt fuses are and the 12 volt fuses, it has a built-in converter. Now what a converter does is it takes 120 volts, converts it to 12 volts to run all your 12 volt system. The other thing it does is that it also will charge your batteries. Now I didn't want to have the converter on, because there's no sense in creating 120 volt power through your solar system and then draining it by having it converted back to 12 volt to charge your batteries. My batteries will charge on the solar. So the breaker for the converter is switched off, and it probably will stay off. There's no reason for me to have it on unless I was plugged in and for whatever reason these batteries were just absolutely dead or something was going on. That'd be the only time I turn it on, but it's off. And so even when I'm in a campsite plugged into electricity, the solar panels will charge these batteries and keep them topped up. So that's how that system is. It's a little more complicated to do that on an RV because you also have a generator. So you have solar, a generator, plus the plug-in for shore power. There are videos out there to show you how to do it, but it is complicated. Since this does not have a generator, this was really easy to do. Put a transfer switch in. When I'm plugged into the power, bam, that's it. It switches over on its own. When I'm not, it stays on solar, and I've got 3,500 watts, 400 amp hours, 600 watts of power. It recovers those batteries very fast. And as you saw, I'm already at 13.3 this morning, and it's been a cloudy day. So that's my setup, and I did it to be able to run everything I want to in the trailer here. Biggest thing that will kill a battery in an RV system, to be honest with you, is a hairdryer. Ladies like to use their hair dryers and their curling irons and stuff like that. So, you know, if you want to do a solar system, you know, make sure you take into account that your wife wants to use the hair dryer and the curling iron and all of those things, and you won't have any issues with anything else if you size it for running those kind of things. So, but it's mostly sized to make sure it can run the microwave, coffee pot, and those kind of things. And since 30 amps at 120 volts is actually, what, 3,600 watts, this here is producing almost exactly what it would be if I was plugged in, and I wanted to have all the power I needed. So I know it's a long explanation, but hopefully you found it entertaining or useful. And so remember that the Lord loves you, and life's better around the campfire.